Hi guys, so today I'm going to be sharing with you my acne full face foundation routine. I have acne prone skin and I'm also very oily, and as you see, like, I have some acne. I mainly get acne like around this area now, but I used to get all over my face. But yeah, so if you see, you can see like I have a lot of redness because I was doing a facial. So I just wanted to share with you the products that work for me for my oily skin. A lot of these products are like oil free, which is the best thing you can do if you have oily skin and acne prone, so you don't clog your pores. So I just want to show you how I achieve my flawless makeup routine. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is apply a facial spray, especially because I have redness. So this spray is just gonna calm the skin, and this is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. So I love this, so I'm gonna go ahead and just apply this to the skin. It says green tea provides powerful antioxidant protection, leaving the skin feeling refreshed and revitalized. I was always very scared of applying a moisturizer, but try this one from Clinique because it works wonders. Now Clinique has two of these. It's very important that you go for if you have oily skin, it's very important that you go for the moisturizing gel, and this is the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. I love this. It does not break me out whatsoever. If you use the moisturizing lotion instead of the gel, there is a possibility that you might break out. I like to do 2 pumps and just apply this all over. And guys, if you don't moisturize and you're oily, your face is just going to produce more oil. If you have oily skin, the best thing to use is gel product. If you have acne and you're using medication, please don't forget to use an SPF. I love this one from Clinique. You don't have to get Clinique. There's plenty like in the drugstore from like Neutrogena that is really good. But I like this one from Clinique. It's just what I've been using, and it's broad spectrum SPF 50. And is this one specifically for your face. So it's a face cream. I love it. No matter if it's winter, summer, fall, whatever it is, I use this all year round. So I'm just gonna apply that. Okay, and the last step we're going to do before we apply our foundation is our primer. We need a primer. So I really like this one, but this is more like on a high end. I'm sure that the drugstore has really good ones as well, but again, I want something that is oil free. I don't want anything that's gonna clog my pores. So I like this one from Hourglass. This is the Veil Mineral Primer, oil free. So I love this, and a little goes a long way. So yeah, it's pricey, but you only need like the smallest bit. So this is basically what I used. That was just 1 pump, and I just place it. The thing I'm showing you here, I've used it for years now, so it's not like I'm just trying them out. I've used them for years and they do not aggravate my acne or cause any more acne. I like to apply my concealer first for under my eyes before my foundation. It's personal preference. Some people do it after their foundation, but I like to use this from Anastasia, and this is their concealer, and I use this in the shade 1.0. Also prone to milia. I just have very sensitive skin, so I'm also prone to milia, and this concealer does not like cause any more milia. And if you're interested like what is milia, I have a video on my milia story. If you want to watch that, I can link it up above. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this e.l.f. brush, and I'm gonna take some of the product, and I'm just gonna draw some lines here. I used to use a brush, but I switched to a sponge, and I love this one. It's from the drugstore and it's L'Oreal. I used to use the Beauty Blender, but I switched to this one, and it's so good. It's so soft. So I'm just gonna blend. Time for our foundation, and the foundation that I love, again, this is waterproof. It's long lasting, especially if you have oily skin. Most likely like your foundation just like melts off. Like we can't do anything about it. And I'm not saying that with this you're gonna be matte all day. No, if you really struggle with like oily skin like me, you'll know that you'll need to blot several times a day. No matter what you use, it's just gonna happen. So the foundation that I swear by is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof long wear liquid foundation, and this is full coverage, matte finish, and oil free. So you want something that's like matte finish because you're gonna have oil coming out regardless. So this starts off as matte, and then later, you know, you get a little dewy and stuff, but that's why we will blot. So just shake this up. I absolutely love this, and I already have like a backup when Sephora had their sale because I just knew that I love this so much. So one pump should be more than enough for the face. So I'm gonna grab my L'Oreal sponge with this side, and I use the shade 3.25. Again, this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. So I'm just gonna blend, dab and blend. So as you see the difference, it really does a good job. Like, this is full coverage. This is really, and again, you can build this up. So if this is not enough coverage, sometimes I have really bad acne or like red spots, and I'll just go ahead and add another pump. You do whatever is gonna make you feel comfortable. So as you see, that was one pump, and the best tip that I'm going to give you now to try and stay matte longer is this trick that I learned from Wayne Goss. If you don't know him, he's amazing. You should go follow him. He gives like great tips. So what he suggests is that you take a regular tissue, you split it, okay, so you have a nice thin tissue here. You don't want like the whole thing like this, just one layer of the tissue. And right after you apply your foundation, even though it looks so matte, you want to go ahead and just tap this, and you're gonna see, I don't know if you're able to see it well, but you see there's foundation that you don't need there, and this is gonna help you stay more matte. So you just quickly, you don't press too hard, and this is full coverage, so this is not removing your foundation. But this is a great tip. Like, I can't imagine like applying my foundation without doing this step. It just helps out so much. So now you're really nice and matte. I'm going to apply the powder. You want to set your foundation so it just stays in place, and I like to use this powder from It Cosmetics, and it's the Bye Pores, and it's the pressed powder, and it's in the color translucent, so there's no color whatsoever, and I just love this. And I just ordered a new one because mine is like broken right now. And I'm gonna apply this with an e.l.f. powder brush. I love this, sort of affordable and good. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and apply powder. You can apply powder like if you're combination skin to just like your oily spots, but I like to apply this everywhere because I'm oily all over my skin, not just the T-zone. So and this powder is really good. It has like anti-aging properties, so you're not just putting makeup, but you're treating your skin at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. If you want to see how I do my brows, I'll post the link and you can go watch that. So I'm just gonna do my brows and be right back. Okay, so now that the eyebrows are all done, we're going to go ahead, before we do our eye makeup, it's very important to apply a eyeshadow primer, and I like to use this one from Urban Decay. This will help your eyeshadow last all day, especially if you have oily eyelids. It's like, it wouldn't last. This is a long-lasting eyeshadow base. So I just apply this all over the lid. Now for today's look, I'm going to be using this smoked eyeshadow palette from Urban Decay. It's a little dirty, but this is what we're doing. These are the shades that come in it. I absolutely love them. So I'm pretty sure we're going to do a smoky eye since it's like my favorite look, and this is a glam makeup tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and just use this shade here in the color Kinky, and this is gonna go all over the lid. Next, you want a transition shade, and it's perfect because it's right next to each other, so we're gonna use this color Freestyle, and this is gonna go in the crease. Just for whatever lid color we use is gonna blend easier. Okay, so next for the lid, I'm going to be using this color Mushroom on the lid, and then we're gonna go and smoke it out with Blackout. And I'm gonna use this brush, is the 239 from MAC. And don't worry that it's not perfect. The whole point of doing this, we're gonna blend, so no worries for now. Okay, so now it's time to blend, and I like to use this MAC 217. It's perfect for blending the crease color. Now that that's blended, we're gonna go ahead and add our smokiness. So we're using this color Blackout, and I'm just applying it to the outer corner. You just want to make sure you pack it on, you place it nicely. And of course we're going to blend this out. And we're going to go ahead back to the 217 and just blend that out in the corners and drag it up a bit. You just want to try to like blend these two colors together softly, so there's no like harsh line in between. It just looks blended. And I'm just dragging it more up because my eyes are like hooded, so that's why I'm blending it out higher than usual. Don't worry about any fallout, we'll go ahead and clean it later. Or if you prefer, how a lot of people do, is do their eyes first and then their foundation, but I don't like that. Just wipe some of that fallout, and if you want you can go ahead with your sponge and just clean that out. Now we're going to do some more blending, of course. Now going back to the MAC 224, which is more fluffy and soft, I'm going back to the shade Kinky, and we're going to just blend the outer shade. We're going to blend out that black. I'm just going to highlight the inner corners, and you could use any highlighter of your choice, but I like to use this one from Anastasia, and it comes in this palette. I'm just gonna take some in this small brush. This is the 220, is it 223 or 228 from MAC? And we're just gonna put this in the inner corner just to open the eye up and give it that glam look. And I use a combination of liners. I use two. One is from Maybelline and the other one's from e.l.f. I use liquid liners, but you can go ahead and use a pencil liner if you like. So the reason I use two is because I like how black this is, and this doesn't transfer at all. But I like to do a wing liner, and I do not like how this brush does a wing. So for that I prefer to use this e.l.f. one. I really like the brush on this for a wing. So you'll see what I mean. This is how I do a wing. I just like to draw a line out first, and then I'm gonna connect it here. And just do like a triangle like that, and then you're just gonna color in between. Okay, so now that our wing liner is all set, we're gonna go ahead and curl our lashes. I'm not going to be applying falsies today, because I usually don't on my everyday look, but you can go ahead and do that if you like. I alternate between these two. One is a high-end mascara and one is a drugstore, and the drugstore is the Maybelline Falsies and the high-end is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. So I love any of these two. We'll use the drugstore one today, the Maybelline Falsies. Now for the bottom lash, I like to use a different mascara, one that I can trust and know that doesn't transfer, and this is the one from Clinique. I have a full review on this as well, and it's my favorite bottom lash mascara, and it's called Bottom Lash Mascara. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face. We're going to contour, we're going to put some blush and some highlight just on the cheekbone and the cupid's bow, because you're oily. You don't want to highlight like in your nose or anywhere else, but it's up to you. You can skip the highlight altogether. Okay, so to contour, I like to use this Hoola Benefit bronzer. I think it's the perfect shade, and I'm using this angled brush. Now it's time for blush. And a blush brand that I like to use if you have very oily skin and acne prone is Tarte. Tarte is really good. They're talc free. Their ingredients won't clog your pores. This is a really long lasting blush, and that's why I like, because when you have oily, it's very hard for your makeup to last all day. So I have two shades here, and it's the color, one is the color Kirky and one is Party. So we'll go ahead and use this one, Kirky. This is the shade. And I'm using to apply that a MAC 129 blush brush. Okay, that's all set. And I love a good highlight. I do, and like I said, if you watch any of my highlighter reviews, you'll see that I only apply it in areas where I'm not gonna be super oily. So my favorite one right now, it comes in this little set, but you don't have to get it like that. It comes on its own too, and it's from Benefit, and it's the WhatsApp highlighter. And this is a cream highlighter, which is very weird, but if you don't want something to look powdery, this is amazing, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm just gonna grab some with my finger. And this is a cream to powder, so it doesn't, you don't need to set it. This is beautiful alone, and you'll see. So that's all we're going to be applying, and as you see, now you have a nice healthy glow. But I know if you want to stay matte, just totally skip this step. Just going to go ahead and apply some lip gloss, and I like to use this one from NYX. It's the Butter Gloss from NYX, and this is in the shade Creme Brulee. I think is a perfect shade, like when you do a smoky eye. This is so good. And if you don't want a gloss, you could also use the MAC lipstick in Creme de Nude. Is so beautiful. Okay, now it's very important if you have oily skin to set all of this work that you just did. You want to make sure it stays in place, and for that I like to use a setting spray, and the setting spray I like is from Skindinavia. This is a small version, and this is the makeup finishing spray, and is a fine mist. Again, it's oil free and it's paraben free, so nothing here is gonna clog your pores. This is really good, and your face isn't gonna feel like crunchy, like stiff, nothing like that. It's a very nice fine mist, so this will really help your makeup last all day. It's a very important step. So I'm gonna go ahead, and you can do as many sprays as you want. It's not gonna mess your makeup. It's gonna lock it in place, and you're gonna feel good. So this feels really nice. As you see, my makeup still looks the same. Just let that dry, and by the time that dries, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my hair and show you the finished look. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like with my hair done, and I'm just gonna zoom in so you see the look. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!